We got some isopods in, so today we're gonna build them a tank. I got this tank at Walmart for like $4 or $5. I added some additional ventilation on both the lid and the sides. It does have a couple little holes right here. So first we're going to start out with a drainage layer, and this helps if you water too much. The water doesn't sit in the soil, it kind of goes down into the bottom and slowly evaporates up. So let's start with that. I like to use perlite, but you can use clay balls or rocks or leca, whatever you want to use. Perlite is just very lightweight and it doesn't cost that much. So that is my personal preference. After the drainage layer, it is time to add soil. Now, many people use a huge range of soil mixtures. My base is peat moss and coco coir. Some people use organic topsoil, gardening soil, just an array of different things. I have a lot of stuff mixed in mine. You don't really need that much mixed in yours, but here is all the options you can add if you want to. And here's what I think you should add. For terrestrial and non-burrowing isopods, you want 2 to 3 layers of soil. I have 2 in here because I still need to add some layers. And I don't have that much room. It's a very shallow tank. So let's get adding. First, I'm going to add a couple limestone rocks. I've noticed all of my isopods really love limestone rocks. They also need a calcium source, and this is a great way to provide them with that. I'm extra, and I'm going to add a cuttlefish bone for calcium and oyster shells. You don't have to have all 3. I just like to give them a little extra. Next, I'm going to add a handful of ground up decaying leaves. And then some flake soil, which is fermented decaying wood. This is not a requirement. It's actually a little expensive. I just like to give my isopods the best. Now I'm going to lightly mix that up just in the very top ½ inch of the soil. Now we're going to add some decaying hardwood, which I got from Tropical's Isopods. Gonna add a big piece and then some small pieces. Actually, I'm gonna add 2 big pieces. Now I'm gonna add a little charcoal to the side. I also have some charcoal in the soil. We'll give them a baby lotus pod. The most important part of their diet is these decaying leaves. So we're going to put decaying leaves on this side of their tank. Unfortunately, with these small tanks, it's really hard to get a lot in here. You don't need this many leaves. I just don't like to refill my tanks very often. I like to set them and forget them. So that's what we're doing here today. We do have this decaying wood in here, but another important part of their tank are hides. I'm going to add this paper bark and then 2 pieces of cork bark. I think I'm going to add this big piece and this little piece. And for the last 2 steps, we need some springtails to help with any decaying matter. Let's get some in here. Ooh, that was a lot. Let's add a little more. Right after I said it was a lot. And moss, and I have them in moss right now, so I'm just going to take the moss out and put it right here for them. All right, let's get these little guys in here. Welcome to your new home. I'm gonna add a little more moss because that didn't seem like a lot. That may be too much. And I've added Cubaris green laser in here. They like their tank 2/3 wet, so I am going to spray them. And now we get to watch them run around and check out their new tank. They're slowly starting to check it out and open up. Coming out, little guys. Tell me what you think. Please make sure anything you add to your tank doesn't have any pesticides, herbicides, or inorganic fertilizers on or in it.